Goodyear.
And the traffic jam continues here as Emerson tries to pick his way through. You got to be very careful. That's Mark Smith and last year's Penske that Emerson now trails through turn 2. Up over the top of the hill and then downhill run. The fastest part of the racetrack.
Mansell could be within 10 minutes of a championship now. Let's look for him as he comes through traffic. There he is. The red number 5 continues to roar on here. A man who has this year driven his first oval and mastered the ovals. He's been incredible, as he is here today.
And he has everybody in a firm headlock at the moment, trying to get a submission. Mansell is being brutal here on his competitors. He is superb and in total control.
Up inside Johansson, but still, look at how careful he's been playing it. None of that solid attack into the field now. Now he senses that victory just down the road, and more important, that championship. In third place, it continues to be Robbie Gordon, Jan Beekes. Jan?
Paul, you talk about being delicate in traffic. Robbie Gordon has called in and has had a couple of big moments. He said he almost got put in the wall by Danny Sullivan, and then just a couple of moments ago, he just on his own got squirrely and almost tagged the wall. He's trying very hard, knows that he's running in third place.
His car owner, A.J. Foyt, had a little surgery this past week, is watching at home. Wonder what he's doing with the TV set. I'll bet he's yelling and screaming and cheering Robbie on.
Well, I'll tell you what, his blood pressure is up because that is now 3 incidents that Robbie Gordon has had. 2 we didn't see, but 1 we clearly saw earlier when he hit Scott Goodyear on the run down to turn 3.
Red number 5 still on the charge. 180 laps complete. 20 miles to a potential championship, a historic championship. Now he's taken on some care. Very careful with Johansson just ahead. He has a strong lead over Scott Goodyear, and he recognizes the key is not the race here, though he would certainly like to win it. The key is Fittipaldi, and Fittipaldi is not in position to continue to challenge for the championship.
And at Mid-Ohio, he almost dropped the ball with the incident with Paul Tracy at the first turn. In fact, he had very strong and severe words against Tracy, blaming him for that incident on that first corner. However, all is forgotten this weekend, and now we watch the display of pure aggression and raw speed and talent.
Paul Tracy, will he have to make another pit stop? I assume he would. Gary Gerald, will he?
That's what I thought. Just checked with 2 members of the crew, and they say no, that they've got the mixture leaned down to the point where they can make it to the checkered flag without making that stop. So what does that do to Emerson Fittipaldi's title chances?
Well, I presume, Gary, that what that means is that they will want Tracy to give way to Fittipaldi and at least let him into 4th, so he'll be in a key position if something happens to Gordon. What do you think?
Well, I would think that certainly would make an awful lot of sense. Maybe we can get a confirmation here.
What about Fittipaldi? Jan Beekes, can you give us more?
Well, they know that Paul Tracy is going to come in, so in other words, if you check with the other Penske team, they're keeping an eye. So I guess Paul Tracy will be coming in. They know that that will give him 4th position. They also know that's not enough for Emerson. They say, but we cannot catch him, Paul, is what they say. Without a yellow, we can't go any further. They're already on full rich.
And what Gary's saying is that Tracy doesn't have to come in, so he will have to give way.
Well, according to what, I mean, they're right next to each other. I can see Gary from here. He is checking with Tracy's team. They say, no, we don't have to stop. You check with Emerson's, they say, yes, Tracy is going to stop. So it's anybody's guess.
So the Penske team, they're still in competition with one another. Mansell in competition with no one. He continues to lead. He still has his hand very firmly on the championship, and in 14 miles, he just could be the IndyCar champion. Scott Goodyear is the only one that can contest him for the win of the race. This is the man that can make the difference in the championship. Number 4, Emerson Fittipaldi. He rides in 5th place right now. His teammate, Paul Tracy, is just ahead of him. It is what he does. Now they have flipped position. Now they've flipped.
On the racetrack, yes, you're right. He's actually behind him on the racetrack. But we now know that even if Tracy helps Emerson, that's not good enough. He needs a lot of help from a Mansell or a Goodyear or a Gordon. He needs either of those 3 cars to have some sort of problem or difficulty.
The point I was about to make, though, is that Mansell is doing everything that he can. Mansell's leading the race, led the most laps. He can do no more. Right now, it is Fittipaldi's championship to lose. And with now just 8 laps to go, 8 miles, Fittipaldi does not appear to have any chance whatsoever.
And And Emerson went into this race with almost a tag team because his Penske teammate Paul Tracy was going to be able to support him, but the cars were not good enough. He needs a lot more than Paul Tracy's help now if he is even to have a breath of fresh air to try and grasp a hold of this championship.
The race is Mansell, followed by Goodyear. They're the only two on the same lap. Then Gordon, then Tracy, then Fittipaldi. Rahal is 6th. 7th is Johansson, followed by Lyondike, Bozell, and Cheever. Teo Fabi runs in 11th place, followed by Mark Smith, Mario Andretti, David Kudrave, and Scott Brayton in 15th. Go back to the front of the field, take a look at Nigel Mansell, as now he certainly can calculate that he is very, very close. In fact, just a few minutes away from grasping his dream of this year, an IndyCar championship. And what a remarkable accomplishment it is, as it has been throughout the year. He comes to the first race at Australia, sits on the pole, takes the win. Newman Haas Racing. There's Carl. Pretty calm, only one end of the cigar bitten.
Doesn't take Mansell very long to learn these racetracks. Even when he came here for a test session, in less than a day, he was virtually down to the track record. High-speed corners and entering high-speed corners, driving down to the apex, is always where Mansell has been extremely fast. That's the benefit you see him have here now, as well as a very good car.
He adapts so quickly on these circuits, especially on the ovals. He seems to love the high speed and the traffic. Now 197 laps complete.
It all unfolds now for Mansell. You just got to be very, very careful, but there may be some position changes going on right behind Mansell.
You take a look just back behind Mansell. Paul Tracy and Robbie Gordon are there as they continue to battle their position out. There's Mansell as he moves around. He should see a white flag next time around. A white flag not only on this race, but now less than a mile to the IndyCar Championship. Paul Tracy got around Gordon, and Tracy now sits in 3rd, the position that Fittipaldi wishes he had.
There's the traffic jam there that includes Tracy, but Emerson is the key. He cannot get close enough to Gordon to make a difference to have Tracy help him.
The final lap now being run at Nazareth, and there is the checkered flag for Nigel Mansell. The Kmart Haviland Lola takes the win, and in doing so takes the IndyCar Championship. A piece of history in the making here. Paul Tracy pulls alongside, gives a wave of congratulations to Mansell. Paul Newman, accepting the congratulations from his team members, reaches up to say thank you to Carl Haas for yet another great and successful championship season, this time with their new rookie. He can now, without any question, take any rookie stripes that may be around anywhere off, because he goes from rookie to champion. Nigel Mansell. And already they've got the hats out, Gary.
Here's Paul Newman down here exchanging greetings with Carl Haas. Paul, can we get a quick word as we congratulate you and this team on an IndyCar championship?
It's an extraordinary year. My hat's off to him.
Can you believe how this guy adapted to the ovals?
No, really extraordinary. Awesome.
And I guess the great thing is you've got him back for a couple more seasons.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, we're going to have some awful good racing next year.
We look forward to it. Congratulations. All right.
Nigel Mansell rolls into the winner's circle, taking the race in the Bosch Spark Plug Grand Prix and taking the championship as they wave the Union Jack here in Nazareth. Bring it down a little bit.
Indeed, at Victory Lane, Nigel Mansell has been going around hugging every member of the team and the crew that he can find. Nigel, I don't know when you decided that you were going to make the commitment to go IndyCar racing, if you seriously entertained thoughts that you might be able to win a championship in your rookie year. Did you?
Ooh, not really, no. But I mean, I dedicate this championship to the Newman Haas team, and especially all the boys, because they've just done a fantastic job, and it's a moment for me.
You talked, when you announced the signing of a new contract yesterday, about how important one of your former car owners, Colin Chapman, had been in your life, and you said that Carl Haas has taken a place right alongside now as such a person of such importance.
Hey, you can see the friendship in the team. I mean, we're one big family. I mean, Carl's here now.
Show the hat, show the hat.
Show the hat. Unbelievable. You didn't win it, by
And now Peter Gibbons, the chief engineer on the team. Mansell savoring this moment with the emotion. We'll try to get further comments from Nigel in just a second.
Still on TV, Nigel.
The Ford Cosworth folks, boy, you talk about the emotion. And I think the thing that surprised everybody, and I want to know if it surprised you, is how readily you've been able to adapt to the ovals.
It's pure racing at its best, and I mean, you saw some of the overtaking maneuvers, 3 abreast, 4 abreast. I just love racing, and I just like this kind of racing. I just forget I'm on an oval, and it's just pure racing.
When you look back over this season, and there are many moments that stand out, and one of those has to be what you endured at Phoenix in only the 2nd or 3rd race of the year. Did you think at that time, with the injury, that you'd be able to come back and contend?
No, I didn't. I mean, it's all credit to the Newman-Haas team and all the fantastic sponsors we have, and especially Ford and Cosworth. I mean, the power plant today worked just absolutely beautifully, and you know, the Goodyear tires, and of course the principal sponsors we have, Texaco, Haviland, Kmart, Energizer, all of them have just done a fantastic job. And of course, if you want your Hoovers to clean your house the best, Dirt Devil's the best.
Listen to the pitch man. Now, last week, I know there was frustration at Mid-Ohio, and you worked so hard to get 1 point. And as it turns out now, that may have been the pivotal point that allowed you to clinch today a race before the season is over.
Yeah, I mean, I drove my heart out at Mid-Ohio, and that's a great thing with the regulations.
Here comes Paul Newman now. I think you get the idea of how much it means to this team. And keep in mind, a new contract signed yesterday. Nigel, we look forward to seeing you in an IndyCar again, not only next year, but for a year beyond that at least. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you, and congratulations to the team and the boys. The mechanics just did an absolutely outstanding job all year, and it's all credit to them.
Time to savor it.
Thank you.
All right, from Formula One champion to IndyCar champion in such a short space of time. Let's go to Jan Bikas.
Another driver that's savoring a great run today. You started 10th, Scott, and moved up to 2nd place. Great run.
That was good. We had to make a major change after the warm-up this morning with a shortened one-day program, and car didn't work very well, had a major push on it, so the guys in the Walker team did a great job. We changed wings, it worked for us. We needed a couple of little adjustments throughout the stops, and we just couldn't catch them. I didn't think I got traffic all that well today.
But a big push really helps here today because the track got loose.
Well, I think it depends on what the car has, actually, because we made some changes on that last stop, and all of a sudden we had a car that was loose, and I couldn't push it. I couldn't run in traffic, but all in all, I'm very pleased. Everybody in the McKinsey Valvoline team did a great job. We had some great stops, and it's nice to be finishing off the year like this.
Scott Goodyear, a very happy driver today. Paul?
So Newman-Haas Racing wins in '84 the championship with Mario, with Michael in 1991, and now with Nigel Mansell, the magnificent rookie here at Nazareth.